come check me today. Mary Jane.
DFCRadio.com.
Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro.
All right. It's 5 o'clock. You got Farm to Table Cannabis on in your speakers. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. Tune in live. We're going off. DFCRadio.com. This is the only show offering you edible reviews, interviews with the top brands in the industry. We keep you up to date on all the politics and everything that goes on. I am your cannabis culinary ambassador to the industry. We're here every week hooking you up. We got Magic Butter Machine to give away from our awesome sponsors out there in DFZ Radio listener land. So you call in now, 562-653-0707. You're going to get hooked up. You ain't got to pay nothing but attention, you heard? So we got a good story and a good show lined up for you today. None other than Cosmic Edibles in the studio themselves, bringing all the swag and all the edibles. And then the co-host of the evening, we got Cannabis Chef Brooke. What's good?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for having me. Really stoked to talk to you guys. Your logo and everything, just your whole vibe is really great. I'm so stoked to be here.
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are ready to get lit, because that's what we do here on Farm to Table Cannabis. We keep people educated and medicated. So without further ado, Saint, I'm going to take us over to West Hollywood real quick for some news, because today's a big day in cannabis business history. West Hollywood Cannabis Cafe opened up, and, it's a big thing. The nation's first legal cannabis cafe has opened in West Hollywood, and the lines were out the door on the first day. So customers waited longer than an hour to get inside Lowell Gardens Cafe, and many said it was worth the wait. One was quoted as saying, "If I can hang out with my friends and enjoy cannabis under the sun in L.A., I think everybody's going to have a real good time," said customer Kenneth, who came all the way down from San Francisco. Customers can choose to visit Lowell's Cafe's restaurant or their cannabis lounge. They aren't allowed to smoke in the restaurant, but they can have their order of food brought from the kitchen and delivered to the lounge. So according to the city, Proposition 64 allows indoor smoking in cannabis lounges. So crazy step in the right direction right here, folks. Lowell Cafe will allow smoking, vaping, and offers prepackaged edibles, but no one under 21 gets to the door, all right? So sorry, Chad. Lots of folks all from Russia, they said Mexico, the East Coast, Europe. People want to book their dinner at this place. And if this is a tester, if this goes good, it blows the door open for, and who knows how many restaurant chains or restaurant one-offs will convert over to cannabis pop-ups every once in a while, too. I think that's a real big step in the right direction today. I'm very happy for it. I can't wait to get over there and try some of their food and critique some of their smoke, because if the weed ain't paired right with the food, we're going to, we got to call it like it is, right? Yep. We'll open up the food blog here in a minute.
I think we're going in there, by the way.
Ah,
yeah, as a dessert. Yeah, we're talking to them.
So you hear that first. Cosmic Edibles in the talks to get into Lowell's Cafe.
Yeah, we gotta. It's the only fresh baked cookie on the market. So
is it Lowell or Lowell?
Lowell.
Is it Lowell?
Lowell Cafe.
Yeah. Lowell? All right.
It's awesome up there.
I throw an extra little W on that. It's like Cool Whip. All right.
Their rollout menu was beautiful, though. She really did.
Can you imagine what has to go into that menu development, too? Because you got a lot of people. Yeah. LA is the place when it comes to cooking. Other than San Francisco on the West Coast, this is the mecca for a lot of culinary.
But then on the safety side, too, they really have to think about it. You know what I mean? Like, they just can't just overly dose people, so the chefs really have to think. And
they have to know their stuff, too.
Absolutely, right? And know their ingredients and what's going to happen. So I think I'd give much appreciation to them.
That's going to be a lot of landscape to navigate. We're going to see. We'll be paying attention to that. So let's go over to Missouri, where it's not as okay to have your own cafe, where things like this make the news, you guys. Missouri, this is what makes the news about cannabis in Missouri. Welfare recipients are going to be allowed to use medical marijuana. Poor Missourians. They've obtained their medical marijuana cannabis treatments, no longer have to worry about losing their welfare benefits if they test positive for cannabis. Previously, Missourians, it's a fucked up name, Californians, Missourians, like, man, poor folks. They've obtained their welfare benefits through the Temporary Assistance of Needy Families program, were at risk of losing their benefits if they failed a drug screening. Under the revised policy announced Wednesday, the Missouri Department of Social Services says it will only drug test some welfare recipients. Well, that hardly sounds fair. However, those who fail or opt out of the screening will now be required to complete a substance abuse treatment program, even if they were a lawful medical cannabis user. So again,
Wow.
you see what they did there? You can use weed, but you got to let us test you for every fucking thing now. Whoa, that doesn't, I mean, hey.
Troubled waters.
So yeah, it's a definitely a little murky there. You gotta watch what you're doing. First of all, if you're in Missouri,
if you're a Missourian.
Yeah, if you're a Missourian. Second of all, if you got your cannabis license in Missouri, and third of all, if you're on welfare in Missouri, you've got it rougher than it. So yeah, maybe you start thinking about growing your own.
Do it yourself.
And there goes. So now we're gonna head over from one sad state to a state that's trying to make some steps in the right directions. Tennessee, the new Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is residents say they now can get away with smoking marijuana thanks to a new Tennessee Bureau of Investigation policy. A memo that was sent to the department last month said that the TBI will no longer test amounts of cannabis for less than half an ounce. So they think that it's going to help a lot of people out in the simple possession cases. And they said that the new policy would make it virtually impossible for prosecutors to build a strong case against people caught possessing small amounts of marijuana. So it would result in a dismissal most of the time, and would not even meet the burden of proof to show that the drug that allegedly contained THC. So if they're not allowed to test it, anything under an ounce, they can't prove that it was actually cannabis. Therefore, it's a fucking slap on the wrist. Right. So, I mean, that's some new shit in the right direction. Hey, Saint, we got to turn these phone lines on. Are they rocking? Oh yeah, look at all that. All right, cool. All right. So, yeah, I just cannot even imagine living in a state like Tennessee, trying to figure out that complicated system. I mean, I know you guys have already had 2 years under your belt navigating the California rec market. And I mean Tennessee, you hear about those states in the Midwest and in the South, and like states like Oklahoma, when the door gets kicked open, it gets kicked wide fucking open. I think it's $2,500 for your license fee. Yep. That's like I think that's as much as a plot of land out in Oklahoma. Wow.
Well, and Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, like what?
I've never heard of it either.
Me neither.
TBI, yeah.
Yeah, is that like an FBI in Tennessee?
I would assume that it's some back rural country law enforcement agency that does not have the problem with, pulling you out of your vehicle and saying fuck your civil rights. But anyways, let's not drive in Tennessee anytime soon, guys. So we're here, Farm to Table Cannabis, keeping you up on the news. Got someone calling in from Missouri. Oh, shit. Ooh. We're already pissing people off on your first episode, Brooke. I hope you're ready for haters.
Waiting for it.
So we got a magic butter machine to give away, 562-653-0707. But, man, there's been a lot going on in the world of cannabis and legalization.
Crazy.
The banking bill is going to be hitting the Senate floor here pretty soon. And, maybe we'll have a president in office by the time that comes through. We don't know. It's just a wild week for politics and cannabis. And the crazy thing is if this banking bill goes through, that's what I just talked about, blowing the doors off it. That's literally going to blow the doors off for the entire nation, for everything from CBD to the way hydro stores do business, to the way the growers can sell to the licensed facilities. So, I mean, this right here could be a
gold
big
rush.
Pivotal moment for the green rush that's coming. Because, cannabis stocks are taking a tumble right now. There's so much bureaucracy. And, people spent their entire everything to get in this industry, and a lot of folks didn't make it. A lot of folks are still sitting there with $1 million facility ready to grow and no license approved by the state or by the county to grow yet.
Or just even fires or disaster that's happened in
or the
counties.
constant,
it's crazy.
The constant when they come and inspect your facility just to tell you did it wrong, you got to spend another 500 racks. And then the cannabis kitchens too, which leads me to you guys. So, navigating that market, not being able to do, banking and having everything against you. what made you, I mean, first of all, let me introduce Cosmic Edibles to anyone just tuning in. Cosmic Edibles is here. We're hanging out with Canna Chef Brooke. And, I mean, they've been doing it for about 2 years now, since the rec market really started popping off. And so January 1st, 2018 was when things really started being able to happen. And, you know, you guys had a lot to figure out. Step one, you know, was why cookies? And what made you guys want to come out with the cookies?
Well, yeah, that's an interesting question. We it all started with my mom. There's two reasons that I, you know, have passion to do this. My mom had breast cancer. She's really conservative. I was in the TV market at the time, or the TV business. And I said to her, hey, Mom, I hear this stuff is really, you know, using cannabis is really good while in between your chemotherapy sessions, you know. Yeah. So she said, all right, I'll try anything at this point, you know. Right. Even being against cannabis, she was like, I'll try it. So I got her some gummy bears at one of the, you know, dispensaries, went in and got gummy bears, brought them to her. She loved it. Nice. It helped her. It gave her appetite. In between, she was sleeping better, you know, all the stuff. And
a new look on life.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Just all the qualities.
Yeah. So I, you know, but what I was giving her wasn't really very good for her. You know, there was tons of sugar in it and tons of corn syrup.
I mean, we're looking at diabetes before we cure it.
Yeah. So I was like, Mom, I got to make you something better. And that's kind of what started this. And I've been baking cookies all my life.
And so you come from a background in the kitchen? Or?
No, not at all. In my kitchen.
Okay.
You know, it was my avenue to exhaust, you know, my you know, stresses and stuff. I could go in the kitchen and bake, and so I've always made cookies. And a friend of mine who ate my cookies all the time said to me, you know, why don't you put the cannabis into the cookies and give them to your mom? I'm like, all right, how do you do that? And basically that's where I was. So I got a crock pot and started that way. Stuck the cannabis in the butter and stuck the butter in the cookies, and it just destroyed it.
It sticks the butter in the cookie and puts the cookie in the mama.
Oh, yeah, and the cookies were terrible. They were absolutely terrible, you know. It wasn't the way to do it. And
so you hard knocked it, you know, you had to learn your own. But when you're going in I mean, since we're talking about day one and educating and learning about it, were you sourcing your own ingredients? Were you growing your own? Because you got to have been worried, like, dude, what am I giving my mom? She's already got an ailment. Do I really want to go down this road?
Well, I was getting it from a grow friend of mine, so I knew that the grow was good, you know, and the flour was good. So that's what I was taking it out of. But the inconsistency for taking it straight out of the flour was terrible. You know, I had no idea how much was
the
actually in each cookie.
And all that stuff that goes into it goes right out the window.
Sometimes she saw fire, you know, shooting out of her feet, and other times, you know, she barely felt it, you know.
So you experimented, you sourced your own ingredients and made sure that you're putting the, you know, utmost quality into mom's goods.
Yep.
But when did you make the jump from wanting to, you know, leave your career in TV and leave your career to doing this?
Yeah, well, it was right about that time. My mom actually talked me into it and said, hey, you should do this for everybody, because it really helped me, you know. And so I thought, all right. And the reason that, you know, I was working in television, I was doing a big show that our current president was our host of.
Oh, wow.
That was my show.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I did The Apprentice for
you
years.
were on The Apprentice, huh?
Yeah,
cool.
So you were behind the scenes watching all the stuff go down. That's pretty fucking cool too.
Yeah.
Now you said you were gonna make us laugh. You had a funny story. I'm thinking that's just scratching the surface. He's got to see old dear old Prez at his most raw.
And I've never talked about this ever. This is the first time I've really talked about it.
Well, we're honored you would share that story with us on DFC Radio. Yeah. We all know if there's one man you don't want to start shit with, it's the big orange puppet upstairs.
My non-disclosure's over with, so I'm all right to talk about it.
Yeah. All right, great.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be beating down your doors right now.
It's them and Hillary. We don't want to start shit with either of those two.
No.
I shopped for her privately once.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cannabis cuisine, right? Joking.
They were good friends.
Could you imagine? This is some good cuisine, buddy. I really like what you've done here. This cannabis cuisine in my throat. I don't have to get the gargle. You notice Bill Clinton now when he talks, he says, that motherfucker needs to stop smoking so many mids. He needs to go back to medicating with some good old edibles and shit. Bill says, Harry, come help me.
Edibles. Everybody.
So
so that was my show.
You made the step up, and you're no longer using flour. I'd imagine you're using distillates and other infusing methods.
Yep, and now we just buy it. We just go to a high-end manufacturer, the distillate, and that's what we use to put into them. Because,
so it's the same method you're doing with your mom's cookies, but you're sourcing your own ingredients on a higher level now, taking it to the business to business in this cannabis landscape. So we've got a call we're going to need to take here. Let's do a commercial break. We're going to come back and take that call, and if this caller is lucky, he's got a good question, they might even win a magic butter machine. So 562-653-0707. Call in now. We're in live with Cosmic Edibles and Canna Chef Brooke. Farm to Table Cannabis, DFZRadio.com.
Shades on, feeling like I'm get it. Riding through the city, bad bitch with me. Stunning shades on, feeling like I'm get it. I be riding through my city, riding through the 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 city. It's BZ. Look, hop into that all black thing on them things. Haters jaw dropping, looking strange and deranged. I'd advise them lames to remain in their lane. I'm all about my change, even though I'm paid, I never change. I diddy bob on a bad bitch, beast in it, I go savage. Haters stay on that mad shit, cause ain't there bitch in here average. Riding out on that boulevard, turn your neck and I'll pull your broad. Act tough and I'll pull your card, and that's just how the game go. Ain't got no time for no lame hoes and no silly niggas. Hub City nigga, and I'm riding around with these bad hoes, and I'm starting to feel like Diddy nigga. Stunning shades on, I'm in my zone, my bitch is Diddy nigga. More hoes on my phone, hoes in my home, that's on my city nigga. Riding through the city, bad bitch with me. Stunning shades on, feeling like I'm get it. Riding through the city, bad bitch with me. Stunning shades on, feeling like I'm get it. I be riding through my city, riding through the 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 city. Hey, hopping at that all black thing on them things. Haters jaw dropping, looking strange and deranged. I'd advise them lames to remain in their lane. So get up out our way, this 100 entertainment. Dollars over everything, blow cash. Crew coming through, you got no cash. Looking like them niggas that I see before. Low cash, whoa, that's too deep for 'em. Slow it down, easy baby. I'm just keeping it street for 'em. They knowin' now that Beezy Brazy ain't got no time for no lame hoes or no silly nigga. Hub City nigga, I'm riding around with these bad hoes and I'm starting to feel like Diddy nigga. Stunning shades on, I'm in my zone, my bitch is Diddy nigga. More hoes on my phone, hoes in my home, that's on my biddy nigga. Riding through the city, bad bitch with me. Stunning shades on, feeling like I'm Diddy. Riding through the city, bad bitch with me. Stunning shades on, feeling like I'm Diddy. I be riding through my city, riding through the 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 city, feeling like I'm Diddy, like I'm Diddy.
DFZRadio.com.
Welcome back, DFZ Radio. Holy shit, we got the screener Mark in here. Mark came in for a quick interview. He just wanted to say how much he loves Oakland.
Oh, I love.
Hey, can I get a big "Let's go Oakland"?
Let's go Oakland. No, I'm gonna say the Raiders, not Oakland, right?
The A's are in the playoffs right now on the wild card game. Can I get a go Oakland?
We need A's to get out so we can play.
Let's go Oakland.
If the A's are out, then we have a green.
Oakland's gonna win that game against the Rays tonight. After this, we're going to be tuning in. So let's take it to the phone lines. We got someone coming out of Missouri. They're pissed. They want to know what's really going on. Yo, what's good? You're on the line, Farm to Table Cannabis, Mo.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's good, Mo?
shit, chilling on here, smoking on some non-mids. Cause I heard you grow mids, cuz.
He said, I heard you grow mids, cuz.
Calling you out.
Well,
I'm an LA boy, but I live out here in Missouri now. I've been here for a while.
man, you heard our story about Missouri out there earlier today, right?
No, I ain't seen none of that, man. I've been busy. Man, it's been a rough week for me. I missed y'all last show because, man, they got me working too much.
Yeah, well, see, that's what's up with the working, man. You also do a little glass pulling too, don't you?
Yeah, I blow glass. I grow too. Shit, I'm in the medical card. I got my medical card. I got my medical card in Cali, and I got one here.
Allegedly, right? Yeah, allegedly.
Nah, I got a picture of my shit. My shit real. I got PTSD. I got some shit. I have Bell palsy. I got stabbed up. I got shot.
So you be medicating for real, like you know, holistic and pain, trying to feel better and shit.
I used to be a banger back in the day, but my life changed. Ain't the same.
Wow, good.
Well, shit. Well, maybe I should be asking you the questions instead of you know, asking us the questions. I was asking how people can change their life around using cannabis.
Man, I went to prison over cannabis. So I had to go do a stint over a tax stamp.
Over a tax stamp.
Damn.
Over a tax stamp, I had to actually go get a prison number, go to prison for a year.
What?
Just a year, just because of tax stamp, because they found 2 ounces of marijuana and a whole bunch of packaging, like, you know, the wrappers
Purple
and
runs,
shit.
yeah.
Found a whole bunch of bags and shit, and they just
Never telling me I grow
went
meds.
with it.
So let me ask you this: when some shit like that goes down, and like you're
I
still
didn't quit smoking. I kept going.
Yeah, I was
got
about to
bigger.
say, you know, when they flip it around on you and they try to turn it off, and it just makes you want to do it even more. It makes you want to grow your own and educate more people and call into shows.
My mama grew since I was a little kid. My mama had 80 plants, and they gave her 5 years for that shit.
Whoa,
Man, fuck
damn.
that. I ain't never stopped growing this shit. The whole time, as soon as I got back out, I already had a pack out in the backyard.
Yeah.
So we already owe you one accessory kit with some ghee. We already owe you the we got you the magic butter machine. Should we
I don't want nothing, cuz.
Nope. That's not how that's not how this works. You call in,
I just
you
like
get
to
hooked
call
up.
in to fuck with you, bro. I like y'all.
Well, should we make it should we make it for 3 and get a T-shirt in there too?
Yeah.
Man, just send me some stickers and a T-shirt. I'll be cool with that.
Man, you too good to us, Mo. So go check out Mo Buddy Glass, man. He's been calling in for many moons now. He got the magic butter machine at home. How'd that magic butter machine treating you?
Hey, cuz, I got a real question before we get off, though. What's another bonding agent besides the lecithin?
Besides the lectin?
Yeah, what's another bonding agent?
Man, you could use, I believe, some sunflower seed extract would be good too. I use vegetable glycerin is a good option.
Okay. That I know how to make syrup and shit, but
Right.
okay. I didn't even know I could switch it because I'm trying to make a better something. My tincture's hitting, but it ain't hitting right on the longevity.
You want it to last longer, huh?
Yeah, I want to pull it out, and I don't want it so intense in the beginning.
So do you know? I mean, does the flavor bother you? Because if the flavor don't bother you,
Hell
I would
no.
say, yeah, soak it longer, man.
It tastes like garbage.
A 24-hour brew.
What is it? Havana rum.
Okay, damn, he pulled out the good spirits and shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, I run Hennessy for 4 months, but I put it in a jar and I use nothing but stems and seeds because it gives you that lower mellow or like relax hit.
So what I want you to do?
I don't decarb either. Fuck that shit.
No, what I want you to do is give it a quick decarb, even if it's just for 10 minutes. But what I want you to do is brew it longer. So give it an overnight.
I decarbed the last one, but I'm talking about the old method, the long method.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Because now if you're gonna decarb
I don't decarb nothing. It'd be too strong.
and then think about adding it overnight. If you don't care about the flavor and you want to get the longest, most impact for your bang for your buck, let that shit go overnight. It'll be green as fuck when you pull it out, but that's the most potent.
Yep.
I can dig it, bro, man. I appreciate y'all for all the knowledge y'all be spitting off.
We appreciate you every Wednesday listening, and then after this, the Heavy Tea Grow Show is going to be on, so you better call in, man, get your questions answered, and, man, we're going to keep you educated and medicated, Mo Buddy.
Hey, man, much appreciate you. I'll see your ass on the 30th.
I'll see you at Kushstock, my dude. It's going down. All right, peace. So that's Mo Buddy. He's always good, man, calling out of Missouri. Just a coincidence. We got a Missouri story, and he called in. So back to the cookies at hand.
Yeah.
You know, we do reviews on this show, and we've been known to make or break an edible's reputation.
I'm not scared. Yeah.
Should we put it on the?
Yeah,
Should we put it through the gauntlet? So we got Chef Brooke and I. We're gonna have a little. We'll just split one. Yeah, that way we don't get too ruined.
So there's peanut butter, snickerdoodles, or double chocolate.
So dessert on the radio sounds like a good song.
We're one of the only snickerdoodle on the.
We're gonna try that snickerdoodle then.
Yeah, it's the red one.
So let's talk about some of the ingredients that go into here. You're using distillate to medicate it.
Yep.
Right out the rip. Cool packaging.
Thank you.
Screams out to me.
What does it scream?
Not mids.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Color coded.
It doesn't have any flashy kid stuff on it. It gets straight
a little
and to the point.
Yep.
Snickerdoodle cookie.
And the window in the rocket, it shows that people ride in it, instead of being,
So you're taking a ride.
Yeah, you're taking a ride.
So this childproof packaging is very childproof.
Yeah, you kind of use your mouth a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it.
So kids can't do that.
Yeah.
Now, second of all here.
Look at that.
We got a nice cookie. It's almost translucent. It's got so much pretty dough going on there.
Yeah.
Now,
looks good to me.
We like to break bread here.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Who says the snickerdoodles aren't chewy?
Hydro Chef approved.
Somebody said that to us on Instagram.
It's definitely chewy. Now let's see what we got with texture. I can't taste weed, first of all. Right off the rip.
No, it tastes like grandma's snickerdoodle.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is actually.
Right.
Milk me, someone milk me.
Yeah, I know.
I need milk.
Yeah. I do have to say that I appreciate you because forever I've been doing bite-sized edibles, and everybody's always been doing very big ones.
You get diabetes before you cure your ailment. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like I just don't understand that. So I really appreciate your small dose cookie. It's great.
Thank you.
And it's 10 milligrams. And now let's go over the nutritional information. 20 calories in a cookie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean,
we reduced the sugar down. That's the key.
That's big. And now, are you using confection sugar? Are you using like sugar in the raw, baking sugar? Can we even ask that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I just use regular organic cane sugar, but it's it's the natural color, the darker stuff.
Better for baking.
Yeah, I mean it's the bigger granules, which they say is not as good, but they've always turned out for me, and it kind of makes them a little bit more. The texture of them is a little bit not so, fudgy, more cakey. Mm-hmm. So, because the sugar will combine with whatever your butter or oil version. In our case, it's an oil, and that's what you whip it up. And when the sugars are less, more granular. What's the word?
Granular.
Yeah, that. When it's that, it joins much faster.
And it gives it a little bit more of a crisp with the dough. So the outside's crisp, but the inside's doughy, I noticed.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can't beat it too long because it actually will damage it too. So there's just a magic place that you need to be, and your cookie will change if you're not every single time. There's so much goes into them.
So without giving up too many proprietary secrets, and I mean about dosing methods and things like that, Brooke. How are you able to dose each cookie at 10 milligrams? It seems like such for a mad scientist method for me.
Well, it's not. It's no secret. And we went through many things. We had lots of trouble with this initially.
A lot of trial and error. Yeah.
Yeah, and the cookies were kind of all over the planet.
Because it'll mess with your texture.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you'll notice with cannabis, butters and oils and stuff like that is you will get a different texture item. So finding that bake time, finding that.
So what happened is we basically found a cookie scoop that was perfect size for these bite-sized cookies that we wanted to create.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
And based on making enough of them, we then designed the package around that. So the 2BC is designed around the cookie scoop that we were using. And the problem is the cookie scoop we didn't realize was coming up with a variety. Every single scoop was easily 20 or 30% one way or the other as far as how much was actually in it. So your cookies were then going from 14 down to 6 or 7.
Oh, I see.
And so there's a big variation. So what we ended up having to do is weigh them all.
Oh, yeah,
so
absolutely.
now basically we hand make the dough's made by the machine, and then we hand make every single ball, weigh every single one of them, and then they go into the oven in the process. So that's where we have to put the labor. But it's about the only way to do it.
You have to weigh everything. Yeah, absolutely. But how do you make sure that your fat is consistent with your flour? That's the one scary thing that I always have with like brownies and cookies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it took a lot of development.
Really?
So that's gonna be kind of proprietary with certain stuff like that, I imagine.
Yeah, it just I mean, you got to do your homework,
learn?
you know?
Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
So you mean you got to eat a lot of cookies, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I
So
baked a lot of cookies. Yeah.
you're taking the helm. You know, you're running things, and then you've got a team here with you
do,
too.
yeah.
Now, you know, behind every successful brand is usually a good team, and so today you've got Weston and
Christian.
Yeah,
Hey,
Weston and Christian. And, you know, since we're Cosmic, we don't have normal titles.
Oh, so you have to have an EN or IN at the end of your name?
No. Like right here next to me, this is the rocket scientist, because he actually is the one who does our measuring of our distillate that we're going to infuse into the butter, and he infuses it for us.
All right.
So he's our scientist, you know.
He comes from a background at Area 51. All right.
And down there on the end, he's Rocket Man, because when we do events, we have a suit, a Rocket Man suit, and he wears it.
You're the mascot.
He's the Rocket Man.
I'm Rocket Man.
Yeah.
All right.
Rocket
Man.
I dig it. So you have to be lit to be in that suit?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm always lit. So
it's not hard to get him in that suit.
Yeah.
No.
I'm always lit.
So I think we've got someone else from either the team or some love that wants to call in. Some who do we have on the line here? Miranda? Miranda, you're live on the air, Farm to Table Cannabis.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, I just wanted to call in and show some love. I meant to call in last week because I was listening in on my girl with her edibles, and then you guys got another sweet treat, man, on there, and I'm like, man,
You
all
caught
my people with the sweet edibles, I love it.
you caught Alex last week with
treat.
Aloft? You caught Alex last week with Aloft?
Yeah.
Alex, he's great.
Yeah, he was real entertaining. That guy's keeping media alive in the cannabis industry. You know, there's so many people selling out right now and doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
I love to see people educating out there. So
Exactly. I know, and I work with a lot of RSO, and listening to you guys talk about like proprietary, and it's like the people that aren't out here doing their work, you don't get to know what we're doing.
you don't
'cause
just
we're
get the
working
free
hard.
knowledge. Yeah.
Exactly.
If you want that knowledge, you got to tune into Farm to Table Cannabis on Wednesdays and listen to the
I mean,
guests.
I can give you the playbook, but you're still not going to do it like I do it.
That's what's up, Miranda. Hey, Miranda, have you won a magic butter machine from us yet?
I did. I've had mine for about 2 weeks, and I mean, I'm using it to make most of my edibles. But I've been using it for a lot of savory dishes since the football season's coming around.
Atta girl. Who's your team?
It's amazing.
Who's your team? Say it loud and proud.
Go for it.
Who is
You
your?
guys are cutting in and out, though, so I'm gonna let you guys go.
But before you go, who's your sports team?
My sports team, I'm a Steelers fan.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it's a rough ride for you right now. So shout out to Horty Chris. He's taking it rough too. Ben will be back. Ben will be back one more time. Hey, so look, we're gonna send you an accessory pack from Magic Butter Machine.
Oh, you guys are amazing.
Hell yeah, we got you covered. So we got one more call coming in here. We're gonna take that, and then we're gonna get to talking cooking with Brooke. All right.
Perfect. Y'all have a great time.
Thank you,
Good
Miranda.
night, sweetie. Thanks for calling in.
So yeah, we got the best fans, man.
Yeah.
They cook at home, they listen, they grow their own. I mean, could you get a better network?
Yeah. What great stories.
Well, speaking of stories, I gotta take a quick commercial break, and I'm gonna come back. I gotta ask you about these Donald Trump moments on The Apprentice in your old career. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
We'll be back. Farm to Table Cannabis. We need to get lit real quick, and then we'll be back with Canna Chef Brooke and Cosmic Edibles.
Side diesel in my blunt, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blunt, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blunt, purple drink up in my cup, crank it up, crank it on up. That's D. Got me smoking the bass, no stress cheese. Now hold up, now roll up. Check the situation, about to go nuts. With a little bit of perp up in my cup. You can tell the bartender to fill it on up. That's alright, baby, work your stuff. And that's all night, baby, work your strike. You and your friends can ride when I go. Take a little spin in my Monte Carlo. Take a little dip, baby, me show you how I roll. Take a little hit, baby, puff on the hydro. Eyes so lit, make me look like my eyes closed. Purple drink mix, make me look like my eyes glow. Hypno, Grey Goose with a little grape juice. That's how it is, so I'ma have to take side diesel in my blunt. Purple drink in my cup, someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blunt, purple drink in my cup, someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blunt, purple drink up in my cup, crank it up, crank it on up. It's the ADX team with no doubt in between, and we stay fresh and clean when we hop on the scene, and we style on them, profile on them. If they wanna act crazy, then we wild on them. It's the S to the T and that Cambo G, either Maserati blue or the Lambo green, and that Chevrolet mean when it drop on the street, either hating on you or they hating on me. And it's shaved up, raised up, drop it to the flow, got them blades to stay tough. And the candy on the bike, same color as sour. Catch me on the site, 100 miles per hour. This is my life, so this ain't ours. So I stay tight, so this is power. With the ADX team, you can call us some brave hearts. Sour diesel trees, you can call it the trademark. Side diesel in my blunt, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blunt, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blunt, purple drink up in my cup, crank it up, crank it on up. West Coast, crank it on up.
All right, that was the Saint 562 with "Crank It On Up." Hey, wait, that's my sound man? He be rapping like that?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's a hard job, but someone's got to do it, Saint.
Yeah, that's track right there called "Crank It Up."
Are you saying?
So we're back, Farm to Table Cannabis, and we got Cosmic Edibles in the studio. And turning our attention over to Cannabis Chef Brooke.
Hey, what's
happening?
happening?
I mean, is it weird being called a cannabis chef, or are you just a chef?
You know, it's been a dichotomy for a long time. I started doing this about 2 decades ago, so technically 2 decades ago. So it's been for a long time, as you know. We had
so you mean you was cooking when this shit was illegal?
Man,
damn, she come from the black market.
You know, well, I got really sick at a young age, and it's I met my first terminally ill cancer patient, and so at like 27, and it kind of changed my whole.
At 27 years old, you met someone who was dying from cancer.
Yes, at 4th stage, and I saw how my edibles changed her life, because before that it was just like, oh, look what I'm doing, I can do this, and I love it. And I see I was doing like chocolate dip Krispies, those things back in the day, and
the hood shit, the set shit.
It was fun. It was fun. But then I saw the reality of like how it actually changed somebody, and it just completely changed my whole view on food and how it should be viewed.
Well, I mean, like coming from Kevin, like with a background where he didn't come from cooking, he baked cookies in the kitchen.
Exactly.
Come from me where like I was classically trained and ended up no one cared about my food at all until I put weed in it, you know? So like what was your experience with the with the training and learning to cook? And
well, I had I did the whole Food Network thing. I've done like a few other, like I think with the Magical Butter things for a Magical Butter cook-off chef.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you competed in that too?
2 of them, the first
That's
2.
what's up. The High Times Cannabis show?
Yeah, the
Me
first
too.
2. No
I
way,
didn't even know that. I was in the one against Brandon Allen and
me too.
I took 2nd place against what is it? Chef Edward. What is his name? Edibles by Marcus, I mean.
Oh, no. I was in the one in Las Vegas and they had to cancel it.
Oh, I was in the one in NorCal.
Yeah, and then the one in San Bernardino right after that, and Brandon Allen won that one.
Yes, shout out to Brandon Allen, you pompous prick, you fucker. I want to say I love you, but you're spreading all the right information in all the wrong ways.
No comment.
But anyways, we all got to show love to our chef right there.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
But so you've entered cooking competitions,
Yeah, I just get kind of thrown into them because people, and I just read, and I'd won the thing in Dallas, so I would I got robbed really bad in the industry when I was growing.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah,
it makes you learn. It makes you
really gnarly.
You've never really grown until you've been fucking robbed for everything you've grown, and then you realize, oh fuck, I made something that was so good, someone wanted it, and they were willing to fucking steal it.
But beyond robbed.
Well done.
So I just moved back into the culinary industry, and I won in this out of the blue after being on the Food Network. I got into this
So reverse for a second.
Hold on.
Before you tell me about that. Food Network, I mean, you're just going to blow that off like it's nothing? Like, Food Network's really hard to get on. Some of these fools are still begging to get on Viceland. I know a guy that suck a dick to be on Bon Appetit. Now, you're just out here on the Food Network.
Yeah, I was cut through a kitchen years ago, and then that kind of bled into this deal in Texas, and then I was I came back after 2 years of being gone in Texas, and I was like, holy shit, what happened to the edible market? Everything completely changed. It went from completely cowboy to completely everybody knew what decarbing was, and nobody knew what decarbing was before that. It was hilarious. I was like, oh shit. So yeah, we did a few lines and then got where we are now. So
yeah, me too. That's how I got to the studio.
Hey,
I'm joking. I'm just on one tonight, Saint. I'm just on one. I got bringing a little Horty Chris with me.
Yeah.
So from the competitive cooking on behind the scenes, then you said to taking an award.
Yes.
Now, tell me about you said you took down one of those competitions?
No, I usually lose them always.
Oh.
Yeah, I never win.
Me too. I can't ever get one of those.
Yeah, I get too excited, I think.
I'll win a Kush Stock edible award, for, but I will never win the cooking competition part of it,
Yeah, it's cool.
the bright lights, make you stage fright real quick.
No, the last one they just asked me to be on was for Cooked with Cannabis. It's the first nationally syndicated cannabis cooking show ever. So I'm really not sure what network it'll be on at this moment. I can't
They
say.
love to not say too when they pull you in for these things, and they'll you'll do some filming and you want to tell all your friends and you have no fucking idea where to watch.
No idea. And it's called Cooked with Cannabis, but it should be out at the end, October 20th, they said. And we filmed in July, but the hotel, I won't say names because I ate the avocado toast with an egg and I literally died and barely made it.
Oh my God, you had to cook with food poisoning.
But it was never mind. I can't tell you anything.
She reeled it in.
I think that's the Netflix one.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Oh, you have heard
cooking,
it? It's done through Netflix
because
it's
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Now, do you do any cooking competitively for baking yourself, Kevin?
No, I never have.
You should really enter those cookies into competition.
Do it.
I mean,
they're fun.
The black market will hate you for it, but those fuckers are good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think they could put some of those black market cookies a run for their money.
Thank you.
Do you enter competitions with your baked goods? And you did bring some baked goods for us to try.
Yeah, I just brought a bunch of stuff that I had.
Casual. She's just so casual. Yeah, I was on Food Network. I just cooked you guys some stuff. Yeah, I'm high.
Just friends. Friends and family. Just some old Sparkle Pony Fruity Krispies from my Brooke Egger.
Another reverse there. Sparkle Crispy.
Sparkle Pony Fruity Crispy. It's kind of a play on the Sparkle Ponies at raves.
You were one of those chicks.
No, fuck no. I was not one of those chicks.
She was selling edibles in the parking lot and shit with glow sticks and shit.
Are you joking?
Hold on, let's take this caller. We got Avery. Forgive me, Avery. My screener can't write names. Who are we talking to?
Yeah, take it.
Hey, it's Avery.
Oh, Avery. He didn't throw an R in there, so you're Avery. You went from being a chick to a dude so quick. What up, Avery?
What's happening, Avery?
We know Avery.
Oh, Avery, you calling in? You got a question for the boys over at Cosmic Edibles? You want to learn to grow? You want some cooking tips from Chef Brooke?
I'm actually friends with Kevin and the guys there, so I just wanted to say hi.
They're all shaking their head. No, you're not. You guys are jerks. This guy's calling for you.
I do have to say,
what's good, Slice Man?
Cosmic Edibles wouldn't be where we are without Avery, who just called in. So
Avery, my guy.
Hey, shout out.
So you're the inspiration behind the nation, huh?
Yeah, well, just certain people help you out, and
so
he was one of them.
Is the Cosmic Edibles a nation or is it Cosmic Edibles Empire? Let's get this right now. What is it?
We just want to.
It's an empire.
There you go. He gets it. I tell you what, Avery gets it. He knows a fucking tag when he hears it. Come to the empire, you guys.
Yes.
Cosmic Edibles.
Yeah, see, that's why I need him.
Yeah.
You're the marketing guy behind this genius,
totally
huh?
True.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wish.
How
I just fit in where it makes sense.
Well, tell me this. Where can they go follow Cosmic Edibles?
Right there on the screen at Edibles Cosmic.
He's good. He's like, that's what's up,
Avery.
man. So, Avery, what's your favorite flavor, my guy?
Double chocolate. That's mine.
The double chocolate.
Same.
All right.
It's the purple one over there. Yeah.
These guys' faces are lighting up over here.
They're all different colors.
Yeah, the purple one.
Now the packaging on point with this. You got to give it up for that, right, Avery? I mean, they're not easy not easy to open. You might eat some through the bag, which is a good thing, which is, California compliant. And this is the main thing, because Halloween's coming up, Avery. I don't want to hear about you giving shit out at the front door unless you call me. I'll come over there in a little fat Spider-Man suit. Trick or treat, motherfucker. Where's your edibles to eat?
Love it.
Oh man, you're being a good sport, man. We appreciate you calling and pranking us. We're gonna prank call you back now that we got your number. So when the spooky Halloween guy calls, that's us.
Spooky Halloween.
Avery, thank you so much for supporting Cosmic Edibles, my guy.
Yeah, likewise. You guys have a good one.
All
Take
right.
it easy,
That's
Avery.
what's up.
Thanks.
So,
Yeah.
for cooking with cannabis techniques, guys, let's go around the table here. Cannabis chef Brooke, what's your preferred method? Is it
Depends. Honestly, it just depends on the delivery and it depends on the outcome. I love matching terps. It's really my big thing. And so obviously anything live or anything rosin, preferable because it's more to the punch and to the perfection.
so you're getting a little bit more of that flavor with the cannabis
full
as
flavor
opposed to just the
profiles.
high.
Yeah.
Well,
I prefer
there's
multiple flavor profiles. Yeah.
And there's also something to that because of the full spectrum aspect of it. And,
That's the benefit of everything. So for me, it's just really introducing the CBD side and the full spectrum THC side.
So because
genius.
when you get both sides of it, that's when you get the pain relieving qualities. That's when you get the synergistic effects. Maybe a little couch lock with a little alleviation.
Yeah, I like to call it the Gumby effect.
Yeah, the Hunter S. Thompson way.
Yeah, it's just like woo,
relaxing.
So with regulation the way it is, it's really hard for to get into the edible industry. I swear it's almost easier to fucking grow a plant than it is to cook with it, because it's so fucking illegal.
Yep.
It's like once you smoke some weed, it's all good, but if you cook with it, everyone loses their fucking mind.
Yes.
Health department now.
Yeah. So with all those regulations, what kind of advice can you give to someone who is an aspiring chef and they will, they've hard knocked it? And they want to get in the position that you're in because you work with several edible companies, you work with kitchens, you work with packaging companies, and actual what do you call them, dispensaries.
Yes.
So how do you get into that position?
It's 2 decades of fucking just blood, sweat, and tears. But other than that, in the last 2 years, it's just been just really grinding and staying true to the legal market. I really have belief and faith. Unfortunately, I love the black market, but sometimes you just have to go for the better fit. Like, we can pay for people's canes and we can pay for people's parks and children's playgrounds if we really focus on what the better good of good is. And so I just really went after that, and I believe in it, and I just have done everything possible, and it's been very difficult, especially since I've known about the
and we have a lot of women guests on the show. A lot of women are in this side of the industry, and it's not just because of cooking side. I'm talking about the CEOs of the companies, the extract companies. Now the girls are becoming the face of the industry.
It's crazy. Now, it's really different.
The minorities, they've been
wild.
Taken advantage of for a long time, waiting for that. We would call it almost like cannabis reparations, because people were on the front lines getting put down, going to jail for what now people like you can get a job for.
Totally. I mean, I remember getting held up by my business partner on Christmas Eve day on 2011. He stole our entire 100 light grow from me.
Wow.
And that was there was nothing I could do. I just sat there and was like, cool, bro.
And you got to brush those things off.
And, it was $250,000 just out the door. It was
and your trust gets burnt like that, and then you get put in a position like yourself where you can hire,
totally.
What can you do on the social equity side of things?
That's it. I just kept evolving and changing with the program, and just kept really having the benefit, just a hug, the handshake and hug thing has always been kind of my motto. It's
it's so hard to keep that alive in this world, and Kevin, you got to speak on this, because the handshake and the high five and trusting people, and I mean, you've had to, and I'm sure that fucking asshole's probably listening, whoever they could be, but we've all been burnt by somebody, right? And
totally.
in the legal side of things, it's even worse.
Yeah.
So what are some of the
bigger they are, the worse it gets.
Yeah, and the more money involved, the more it hurts.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things you've had to overcome starting? Something as simple as a cookie is more complicated than anyone would have ever imagined.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of looked at it a different way when I decided to do this. And outside of the production of the actual cookie, because that took a lot of development and food scientists and the whole thing. But when I looked at the kitchen, I finally found a location that fit the bill for the regulations. And I searched for a year and a half. I'm not kidding. It was that difficult because the places you can find the locations are so limited, and the ones that are in those locations, the landlords know they have a golden ticket. So they raise the rates.
Just get it to you.
Oh, it's crazy.
God.
Yeah. So
they become part owners at that point.
And I saw places where you're walking in with a real estate person who's trying to describe it as if it's Disneyland, and you walk in there and there's no, the windows have been broken, the floors are filthy dirty with oil and trash and garbage, and the roof's about to cave in, and they're like, "This is perfect. This is where you're going to set it up." And that's just come on. So when I
9 months later, and I got nothing going.
I finally found a space, and it was brand new, and it was awesome. And so I got that lease, and then looked at it and said, what I should really do, because I know that the cannabis licensing can take forever. I went and I took a gamble, and I got it permitted as a bakery initially through the health department. So I went through that whole process ahead of time, just in hopes to get the license. So
it's about getting your ducks in a row. And now you work with a lot of people in the industry that rely upon you for that. And when it comes to getting, the ducks in a row for the kitchen, being a part of the kitchen and that, what are some of the and distribution too, which is the biggest and most complicated part of it? You work with some of the biggest distribution companies in the West Coast.
Yes, I'm working with Grow Packer right now. I'm the head of their culinary division, and we will be white labeling and co-packing, aka white labeling, co-packing, and they have internal, what I've found is becoming more and more popular, is internal manufacturing and distribution with the new licensing.
Yeah.
So
do you like them? We're looking for a new distributor now.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
And this is how things get done, So after the air, you guys should talk maybe.
Absolutely, they're the most their focus is on being the most technologically advanced, as well as the most basically everything by the books. So
tell me what it's like going from black market to having a big corporation like that behind you.
It's insane, because I just I gave up the black market many years ago. I had a really gnarly health issue, and it was I wanted to be a Michelin star chef, and that's what kind of hit me into the cannabis industry to begin with, and then I got hit with the whole different thing with the cancer thing, so I really got into it, but then I got really, really sick. And so for me, it's been kind of a saving grace at times. And then now to have it legal is just amazing, but it's a fucking headache too. It's so crazy how hard it is.
And then having the money behind you now, it just adds that much more legitimacy to it.
Yeah, that, and it's fun. I mean, I love it. I'm so stoked that it's legal, but it's insane. There's a lot. There's just, it's fun. It's just a whole nother ball game,
So do you do private events?
Absolutely, all the time.
If someone needs to get at you, what's the next event you're working at, and how can people get a hold of you?
We are doing, I believe the next event that I can think of is Halloween. with CV Can. I believe it's at the Miracle Springs in Desert Hot Springs. There is also the birthday party at the same facility on the 26th. I think it's called the Space Cadet Edibles.
They're gonna be on next month.
Oh, cool. Yeah. She's Danielle's fabulous. She's rad. I really
Good
enjoy
people.
her. Yeah, so I'm doing some, I think, swag bag stuff for her. I don't know.
We're chill. She's she's happy to be here.
Yeah, it's stoked.
So we're super glad you came on.
Thanks,
And
man.
we want you to keep educating people, talking about the plant. We're going to dig into some of those CBD unicorn pony sparkles. Yeah. We're doing bath salts tonight here on Farm to Table Cannabis with Canna Chef Brooke. And you guys also are available for events. You guys do events, and you guys are going to be at events, and you guys enter competitions now. And I heard this guy cage fights.
Yeah, he does.
Nice. I love it.
Just on the weekends, bro.
Just on the...
As long as he's wearing the rocket.
I only do it on Mondays.
Cage
in a rocket suit.
Yeah,
Dude,
Rocket Man.
That would be the sickest thing. I would pay to start that mascot ring fighting.
Oh, I would totally be down. I would come.
I'd shoot it.
See, TV, you got the right people. So before we go, we got Donald Trump questions because we got about three minutes left.
I want to hear some Donald Trump questions.
Oh, you want to hear the questions?
Yeah, I want to know what was the craziest experience or whatever he said to you. Like, I mean, what can you tell us without obviously getting us in trouble here?
Well, yeah. Where do I start? Where do I start? I mean, he is exactly compared to the other talent that I ever worked with. He is who he is every single minute. He doesn't change. The camera goes on, and he doesn't become somebody else.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of money. He gets what he wants. He ran the organization, as a single owner with all votes, and I thought, well, when he goes into the White House, that's going to be difficult. That's going to be a challenge for him. But like a funny story,
yeah, what's the funniest or craziest thing?
We always had to have our ducks in a row when we were getting ready to shoot, and I always went and got him. So when we were ready, all right, is everybody ready? Yes, we're ready. I would then go get him because we knew that we weren't going to waste his time. So one day we get into the limo, and we start off to set, and my walkie-talkie squawks off, and they need more time, right? And I'm thinking to myself, oh, what am I going to do? Yeah. So I ran up I kind of slid up to the chauffeur, and I said, hey, can you just circle a few times, kind of quietly? And he's like, yeah, I got you. So the first time around, he notices we're now not heading to the location. So Donald yells at the driver, stop! And he stops the limo, and he opens up the door, and he gets out and takes off. And I was like, oh, shit. What is going on? So I turned to the chauffeur, and I said, what's up? And he goes, he's going home. And I'm like, all right, well, let's go home, too. So we circled back around, went back. I had to go all the way upstairs, ring the doorbell. Hey, we're ready for you. Are you? He yells through the door. Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, we're ready now. Come on. You got to come and shoot. We got to get this, get this stuff. So he finally reluctantly comes out, gets back in the limo, and off we go. But what a challenge that is, right?
Yeah, right.
Working with a diva.
He's like a baby.
Yeah.
So, Kev,
yeah,
Weston, Christian, appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys doing cosmic edibles and medicating people.
Hydro Chef, man.
Yeah, you guys, we're going to get you guys in the studio again sometime whenever it's convenient for you. We appreciate you serving the Long Beach community with your good product. Chef Brooke, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're going to keep on medicating. We'll get you in here one of these nights. Good co-hosting. Way to stay lit and talking.
Hey.
We have an event coming up. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, please.
The Civilized Games in Santa Monica on October 10th. October 10th, right, guys? No, yeah, that's right.
Sounds like a hot ticket. Weston's agreeing very enthusiastically.
No, sorry, not October 10th. October 20th.
October 20th. There we go.
Santa Monica.
1020 Santa Monica.
It's going to be lit, though.
Yeah, we're going to bake there. We're actually going to bake on site, so come on out and try our cookies.
Come play cornhole with us.
Yeah.
Cornhole.
Hey, it's October. Yeah. It's Croptober. Play some cornhole. Yep. So we bring these guests to you every week. We're juiced to introduce you to Cosmic Edibles and Chef Brooke. And come in next week. We got a good show. We got a Space Cadet Edibles coming in. And other than that, we out.
Let's go.
DFCRadio.com.